Good afternoon. Thank you for coming to this event organized in this day in the European Parliament. It's the second event, second debate related to the rule of law in Romania. ALDE is very active on this subject, but not only ALDE, because many of you remember the declaration of Mr. Timmermans last week in Strasbourg debate. It was first time when the European Commission and the Vice President Timmermans put the problem of the secret protocol and to the influence of this protocol to the rule of law in Romania. Was a victory for the democracy and for the rule of law of Romania, because unfortunately too many years this issue was ignored. He asked in this debate to the Romanian authority to have an inquiry, and I believe that it's necessary to have a real investigation related to what's happened with this protocol, because the principle of legality is one of the core principles of rule of law in European Union. Even we don't share the same definition, we don't have a kind of official definition of rule of law in European Union, but we use this in political debate, and not only, also in the legal approach. For me, very important was the attitude of Romanian judges and prosecutors. Starting in 2015, the European Association of Judges raised this issue of the influence of the secret protocol in the justice process, and I believe many of us, we share the need for having a fair trial, this necessity, that the process be transparent, based on the legal provision, not on the secret provision. And I want to welcome the initiative of our friend for European Association. You are not many NGOs in European Union who fight for respect of human rights according to European Declaration of Human Rights. And I want to congratulate you. And I believe for us, for Romania, but not only, it's important to have your vision. I will pass directly to the intervention. Then first on my list is Mr. Dragomir, the former colonel of intelligence community in Romania, very well known because as an insider he was one of the people who raised this issue. And I believe, Mr. Dragomir, that you are the right man to start this debate, because if we can suppose what's happened in this dark reality, dark Romanian reality, you can know, and I am really interested to hear you. You have the floor.
Thank you very much. I'd like to start on a little bit more relaxed manner. It's always the Romanian in front, the first one to start to speak. So it will be like this also today. But today there is not a discussion regarding only the state of what is the situation in Romania. It's also a very important discussion regarding how Romania is in the big orchestra of the European Union. Until now, for 2 years almost, I went to many places and many decision makers and to many officials in Brussels, in Paris, in London, in Rome, presenting what is going on in Romania. If you were able to see, or if you're watching a little bit the media in Romania, you will understand that in the last 2 weeks, for example, this panel raised a lot of innuendos and a lot of suspicion and a lot of attacks, personal attacks. Today I would prefer to be very strict and very keen on discussing only about principles, facts and documents. Too many times in the last years, Romania was actually a battleground of personal attacks and political attacks. I did not come here today to discuss about politics. I came to present you facts. The first thing that I would like to mention is that in the last 2 years, courageous members of the European Parliament, but also politicians, magistrates, journalists in my homeland, they revealed a lot of abuses, as we call them, against the human rights. For the last 2 years, we did not see any change in the attitude of the European Union or in the attitude of the European Parliament per se regarding the situation in Romania. We have this mechanism for control and verification where yearly now there is a debate regarding the situation of the judiciary in Romania. I think it's time for us to change a little bit the perspective, because we came for 2 years and we informed Brussels and we informed a lot of people and officials regarding the situation in Romania. I think now it's time for us to ask questions. And I will treat today 3 main topics. The first topic is the secret protocol. The secret protocol is a very simple one, and I want everyone here in this room today to understand. We have in Romania the constitution, we have the laws, we have the penal code or the criminal code, we have the procedure code, and then we have something else. We have the secret protocols. The secret protocols are documents signed by the security service with the judiciary. We speak about the Prosecutor General's office, we speak about the High Court of Cassation and Justice. These secret protocols reveal a very dark side of Romania. The fact that beyond the law, there are authorities that are discussing confidentially about criminal cases. The biggest problem of those protocols, in my opinion, is the fact that they allow this cooperation, or this actually collusion between the secret services and the judiciary, in order for them to hide their presence in criminal cases. Secondly, to be able to present to the judges or to the magistrates secret documents or secret evidence without the accused or the defendant or his defense team to have access to them. And also that allowed a surveillance against the target or the accused. Now the biggest problem is the following. We have laws and everybody has to respect the laws. But everyone has to know what the laws are about. Nobody knew about these secret protocols until they were declassified and revealed to the public a few months ago. And we have, except these protocols, new ones that are coming each week or each month. The last one 2 days ago, it was declassified, a protocol between the Secret Service and the judicial inspection. So actually in this protocol, and when I'm referring to documents at the end of our session here, I'm going to be able to submit to you all these documents because I want us to discuss only on documents. There is a phrase at the 3rd paragraph that the service will prevent and identify and combat the disciplinary actions of the magistrates. Now, for Brussels it doesn't mean a lot, but for us it means that the service was involved in the surveillance of the judges. Fact that is almost no secret today. These protocols, they violate very clearly the Article 6 of the European Convention Charter, because there is no fair trial. You are going in front of a judge, and you are trying to defend yourself. It doesn't matter what criminal offense you are accused of. But the judge has access to some documents or some classified evidence that you have no access to, that you cannot defend yourself about, that you cannot refute or you cannot attack in any way. Another important thing regarding this is that the protocols allowed a tactical field of the secret services within the judiciary. You know, there is a Romanian general of the secret services, now retired, fortunately. Dumbrava is his name. He went out publicly in 2015 in an interview and he said the justice system is a tactical field for the secret service. Now, what I would like at the end of this first topic to ask you is there any other European country that has this type of protocols? If there is one, I would like to see them. Second, these secret protocols, practices, or modus operandi remind us of a darker past of the former Securitate and the communist regime. It's not about the European Union or the European standards or the Charter. It's about the way of doing behind the closed doors justice or targeting people in order to destroy them or destroy their destinies. Now, before I go to the second topic, of course there are going to be accusations. We are going to discuss today about corruption charges. We are discussing about corrupted people that destroyed Romania. I believe the majority, the large majority of the Romanian population understands that corruption is a big threat for us. And there is a need for zero tolerance for corruption. But in the same time, if we agree to this, please let us agree on another issue. Let's say zero tolerance for abuses. Let's make sure that those that are using this type of secret or covert activities, like the secret protocols, they are going to be held responsible too. Because there is a word that these people that established this system in Romania, we call it deep state, some other people call it secret state. There is a word that they are very afraid of. It's called accountability. They've never been asked to explain like these things. The second topic refers to the mass surveillance of the population. Early October, a Parliament commission, that the Oversight Commission of the Romanian Intelligence Service, that is established in the Parliament, put out the first report. And this report mentions the fact that in the last 11 years, from 2005 to 2016, I have this report in English and I will present it to you if you want. There were over 300,000 tell-tap or wiretapping warrants in Romania. We have examples of politicians, and we have other examples where we saw 80 persons on one warrant. The general medium, let's call it, on one warrant in Romania in this period was 20 persons per warrant. That led the Commission to report that around 6 million Romanians were subject to surveillance activities in these years. 6 million Romanians means mass surveillance and political police. Let's say it very blunt. 6 million Romanians mean 2/3 of the active population of Romania. Keep in mind that we have almost 5 million Romanians working abroad in other countries. So from this point of view, I would suggest another question for your thoughts. Maybe somebody from the European Parliament will ask at one point or another the Commission, the Parliament, or the Superior Council of Magistrates, how many European citizens were subject to this surveillance? Because there were not only Romanians, there were European citizens that were in contact with Romanians, that were doing business in Romania, that had an associative participation in some activities in the economic field, or in cultural field, or in political field. Because I will put another question. We have the case of the President of the Senate, who was under wiretapping surveillance for 7 years. In this period, I'm pretty convinced that he talked to almost all the European leaders on the phone. And that his surveillance, physical surveillance, because we're not talking only about phones, we're talking emails, we're talking physical surveillance, we're talking installing bugs in the apartments, we're talking about installing bugs in the bedrooms. So this is the dark reality that we are facing. And this reality is on documents. The third topic. The blackmail. There is one thing that I would like to make a short thing. You know, we're talking about the Charter. In 2009, the Republic of Moldova was condemned, let's call it, by the European Court for the Human Rights because of the fact that there was, out of all the wiretapping warrants asked by everybody, only 99.2% were rejected by courts, and this showed that in the Republic of Moldova there is not actually a guarantee that the courts or the judiciary or the national security is giving the citizens the proper rights to be defended. In the case of Romania, the numbers are the following. Between 2009 and 2018, from the numbers that we have, we're talking about around 26,000 national security warrants. Only 2 were rejected. That means 99.993%. So these are the clear numbers. And I will be very happy to answer any questions regarding the national security warrants because I worked with those warrants for so many years. The blackmail and the pressure on the judges especially. It might sound strange for you today, but I came also as a lawyer of the judges. It's very important when we speak about the rule of law and we speak about justice system to make sure that the judges are independent and they are taking decisions not based on the fact that one general from the security service is pressuring them or blackmailing them or taking out the file from the former Securitate, like it happened in many cases, or because they have a file with the anti-corruption directive. Go back to what I said initially. The fight against corruption is very important in Romania. But the numbers that the judicial inspection is giving to us are the following. Between January 2014 and July 2018, the National Anti-Corruption Directorate had 1,965 cases concerning 2,193 judges, for example. What does it mean? It means that when you go in front of a judge, you need to think about the fact that there is a file that they might have on him, or they might threaten him, or they might use against him. So, what is the fair trial? Last week, I think, a military judge went out publicly because this is our luck today. The fact that more courageous Romanians are getting out to explain what is the real situation. A military judge went out. He has no file. Yet. We'll see. And he explained very clearly the fact that there are prosecutors. Constantin would very simple. There are prosecutors that are in fact undercover officers of the secret services. This is illegal, abusive, and unconstitutional. And this again reminds us of a darker past of the former Secretariat. The fact that there is pressure against judges. And the fact that we believe that after Ceausescu's time, we are not going to face again and again the same problems. Now, the rule of law and the democratic accountability, the judicial independence cannot be threatened by one or another. But this secret state, this cabal at the highest level of the intelligence apparatus and of the judiciary, this collusion that is unconstitutional between these bodies created a very huge issue in Romania. Because Romanians, they expected when they joined the European Union that the European Union is not only going to impose to them rules and regulations, they expected that they are going to be treated fairly and they are going to find in front of the European Union their justice. And that the European Union is going to come back and is going to identify all these issues. Now my last questions, and I will end with this, is the following. We have these reports of this cooperation and verification mechanism that is very important for everybody to make sure that Romania is not getting into Schengen. Okay, we understand this. But on the other hand, none of these reports ever mention the abuses, the fact that people are put in jail without a fair trial, the fact that people are stripped of their companies because one general from the security service wants to get his company. None of them discussed about 6 million Romanians being under a mass surveillance program. None of them discuss about all these things, so I'm questioning myself now, and I'm questioning you. The European embassies in Bucharest do not have access to internet or to cable. All these things were public experts of the European Union or of the European Parliament that came to Romania in the last years. They did not see all these things happening. So the last thing is that what unites us in Europe are the principles of freedom and democracy. And I hope these principles will apply to my homeland and to my fellow Romanians too.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Daniel, for your testimony.